Hello, everyone. I am going to try to explain the information that I give you on the front of this sheet, and then we'll go over some answers. I'm going to start with the easy ones. When you have a percent and you want to make them a decimal or a fraction, remember percent means out of 100. So 50% actually means 50 over 100, and you should be able to simplify that to 1/2. Let's go down to this other percent we have. 60% means 60 over 100, and I can divide each of those by 20 to get 3/5. Now, making the decimal is kind of easy here. 50 hundredths looks like that. And we really don't need the 0 on the end, so I can just write 50 hundredths as 0.5. 60 hundredths is the same thing as 6/10, and so it looks like that. So it's kind of like we're just dividing by 100. So you take the decimal from here and you move it back 2 places, and that should help you get percent to decimal and percent to fraction. I think those are probably the easiest ones. This one's kind of funny, 62.5. Well, as a decimal, we're going to move the decimal back 2 places. That's going to be 0.625. I like to put a 0 in the front. And then if I take that 625 thousandths and write it as a fraction, I can actually simplify this all the way down to 5/8. 100% as a decimal is just 1, or maybe you could put 1.0, and as a fraction is 1. It's 1 over 1 if you want to do that. But it's really just the whole number 1. So I think actually for both of these, you could just put 1 as a fraction and a decimal. Okay, so let's look at fraction to decimal. Fraction to decimal is a division problem. 1/3 is the same thing as 1 divided by 3. So I can put that in the calculator, or I can do this. 1 divided by 3. 3 doesn't go into 1. So I'm going to add a decimal here and bring that decimal up. Now I'm going to divide 3 into 10 because 1.0 is the same as 1. I can do this division, add another 0, bring it down, add another 0, bring it down, and I can see very clearly I'm going to have a 3 for the rest of my life. So I'm going to write this in bar notation with the bar over the 3 showing it's repeating. If I want to make this into a percent, I can do a couple things. It should equal something over 100. So I can cross multiply to solve this. 1 times 100 is 100. 3 times x is 3x. And then I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. And yeah, I can use a calculator to divide, but I don't really like to have, it's going to give you a repeating decimal. You should be able to get, I'll show you. This is going to be a 3. Bring down the 0. This is going to be a 3. Instead of doing a decimal and a 0, take this remainder and make a fraction out of it. So I'm going to turn this into 33 1/3%. Now we can use a little bit of reasoning to understand that if 1/3 is 0.3 repeating, then 2/3 is going to be 0.6 repeating. And as a percent, it's 66 2/3%. So it's going to take a little bit of math. Let's do one more. It's going to take a little bit of division. And while the fraction can, while the calculator can help you, I don't know that it's going to give you your answer in all the forms that you need. You need to have an understanding of what's going on. Let's do 1/6. 1/6 is a fraction, but it's also a division problem. 1 divided by 6. 6 doesn't go into 1.